Ever wondered why we experience different seasons throughout the year? Why do we bundle up in coats and scarves in the winter, only to shed them for shorts and t-shirts in the summer? This isn't just a wardrobe change, it's a fascinating dance of the earth and sun, a cosmic ballet that brings us the changing seasons. Many of us accept this change as just part of life. But have you ever stopped to ponder the science behind it? The whys and hows that make our planet a stage for this seasonal performance. It's an intriguing mystery, one that has fascinated humans for millennia. And it's not just about the weather, but also about the interplay of sunlight, Earth's tilt, and our orbit around the sun. So, if you've ever questioned why we have seasons, you're about to get your answer. To understand the change in seasons, we first need to talk about the Earth's tilt. Imagine holding a globe slightly tilted, with a small angle off from being perfectly vertical. That's an accurate representation of our Earth. Our planet isn't straight up and down, but instead, it's tilted at an angle of about 23.5 degrees. This tilt, known as axial tilt, is a crucial factor in why we experience different seasons. Now, let's bring the sun into the picture. Earth orbits around the sun once every year. But because of this tilt, as Earth travels around the sun, different parts of our planet receive different amounts of sunlight at different times of the year. Here's the thing though. Many people believe that seasons are caused by our distance from the sun. This, however, is a common misconception. In fact, during the Northern Hemisphere's winter, Earth is actually closest to the sun in its orbit. Surprising, isn't it? But the real reason for the change in seasons isn't about how close or far we are from the sun. It's all about the tilt of the Earth. When the Earth's tilt points us towards the sun, we get more direct sunlight and experience summer. Conversely, when the tilt points us away from the sun, we receive less direct sunlight, leading to winter. In between, as the tilt neither points directly towards nor away from the sun, we experience the transitional seasons of spring and autumn. So the tilt of the Earth's axis is the key player in the game of seasons. It's the reason why we can enjoy a warm summer beach day and a snowy winter wonderland in the same location. It's what gives us the beautiful blossoms of spring and the colorful leaves of autumn, and that's the essence of it. The changing seasons, the variety of climates we experience throughout the year, all come down to one thing: the tilt of the Earth. So it's all about the tilt, not the distance from the sun. Now, how does this tilt cause changes in weather and temperature, you might ask? A fantastic question. And the answer lies in the way the Earth's tilt affects sunlight. Imagine you're shining a flashlight directly onto a flat surface. The light is concentrated in one spot, right? That's because the beam hits the surface at a perpendicular or 90-degree angle. Now tilt that surface slightly. You'll notice the light spreads out over a larger area. The same principle applies to the sunlight hitting the Earth. Our planet doesn't stand upright as it orbits the sun, but leans over by about 23.5 degrees. This tilt means the sun's rays hit different parts of the Earth at different angles, spreading out the sunlight over varying areas. When it's summer in the Northern Hemisphere, that part of the Earth is tilted towards the sun. The sunlight is hitting the surface at a more direct angle, concentrating the sunlight and making it warmer. Conversely, in the winter, the Northern Hemisphere tilts away from the sun. The sunlight hits at a more oblique angle, spreading out the sunlight and leading to cooler temperatures. Meanwhile, in the Southern Hemisphere, it's the opposite. When it's summer up north, it's winter down south, and vice versa. That's because while the Northern Hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, the Southern Hemisphere is tilted away, and the sunlight hits at a less direct angle. But what about spring and autumn, you might wonder? Well, during those seasons, neither hemisphere is tilted towards or away from the sun. Instead, they're both about halfway in between, receiving an equal amount of sunlight, leading to moderate temperatures. So, the tilt of our Earth doesn't just give us a funky dance as it orbits the sun. It plays a vital role in distributing the sun's heat across the planet, creating the changing temperatures and weather conditions we know as seasons. So, the angle of sunlight hitting the Earth determines the season we experience. But did you know, while we are enjoying summer, someone else on the other side of the world might be bundling up for winter? Yes, that's right, thanks to the Earth's tilt. You see, Our planet doesn't sit upright as it orbits the sun. Instead, it tilts at an angle of about 23.5 degrees. This tilt means that as Earth travels around the sun, the amount of sunlight each hemisphere receives changes. So, when it's summer in the northern hemisphere, the North Pole is tilted towards the sun, receiving more direct sunlight, while the southern hemisphere is tilted away, receiving less sunlight and experiencing winter. Twice a year, around March 21st and September 23rd, we experience equinoxes. These are days when both hemispheres receive equal amounts of sunlight, and then we have solstices, the longest and shortest days of the year, marking the height of summer and winter. So, the changing seasons really are a global balancing act. Now that we've unraveled the mystery, let's wrap up what we've learned. Our Earth, this beautiful blue marble, spins on an axis that's tilted. This tilt, a mere 23.5 degrees, is the key to why we experience seasons. As Earth makes its yearly journey around the sun, this tilt causes the amount of sunlight to change throughout the year. When we're tilted towards the sun, we get more direct sunlight, and it's summer. When we're tilted away, we receive less direct sunlight, and it's winter. But here's the twist. While it's summer in one hemisphere, it's winter in the other. That's because when one side is tilted towards the sun, the other is tilted away. So the seasons are opposite in the northern and southern hemispheres. So next time you're basking in the summer sun or shivering in the winter cold, remember, it's all thanks to a 23.5 degree tilt.